Today, I want to build 4 tiny homes in The Sims, but each one is going to be for a randomized sim. I'm in the EA Creator Network and make gifted packs in the past. I also have a creator code Sarah that you can put in and check out on the EA app if you'd like to financially support me. Okay, thank you. Let's get to the video. So I've gone into this 50 by 40 in Newcrest and sectioned it up into 4 different lots. There's also a little parking area and a pool. And here we are in Create a Sim. I've made us 4 Sims. We have Jameson, Karina, Cleo, and Carly. And we're going to be using James Turner's trait and aspiration generator. And we're gonna go one at a time. So Jameson is going to be a serial romantic, gloomy, a dog lover, and jealous. And I'm just going to randomize some likes and dislikes for him as well. So he likes farmhouse decor. We can kind of keep that in mind. Does not like luxe, Cosmo luxe, or island decor. He also likes the colors brown and yellow and dislikes the color black. I just loaded in to start building. Why is Cleo taking a shower in the middle of this? Oh my God. Carly's running around in circles. Now let's build Jameson a house. I'm thinking for the shell, since he does like farmhouse decor, I'm wondering if we'd be able to get him like an entirely wraparound porch. I'm almost immediately thinking horse ranch. I feel like I've been using a lot of horse ranch recently, but it works really well for the farmhouse vibe that I want here. This is the layout that I'm thinking for the house. Coming to the front porch, these are what the game defines as farmhouse decor. I actually do think the bale of hay could work pretty nicely. I feel like barrels keep finding their way into my builds. Rocking chair and front porch, match made in heaven. Not many rugs classify as farmhouse decor, and that's okay. We don't have to only use farmhouse decor. We just should try not to use the stuff that he doesn't like. Since he's a dog lover, he is definitely going to have a dog, so I might throw in like some toys around here as well. I'm going to put a pet bed out here. Like I imagine them sitting out there together, but I am hoping I can fit one inside somewhere too. So moving inside, I don't know if I want to go with any of these farmhouse wallpapers. To me, that just doesn't seem right for him. And we have to remember he's gloomy too. The flowers are too happy, but we could think about potentially doing like a dark color scheme to represent the gloominess. The layout is unfortunately going to be a super tight squeeze here. I think we're just going to have to make do because it is a tiny home. And I mean, I have to remember when tiny living came out, that was like the best thing in the world to me. I craved having to make these small spaces. Maybe he sings the blues on his guitar. That will be good for skill building because I do not know if we're fitting a desk. And he is a serial romantic. So I'm like, how can we convey that? We could do the lips. Maybe that we could put in his bedroom. I kind of feel like he resonates with tragic clown in the sense that he is gloomy. And maybe he's become a serial romantic, having to like date everyone in the town because things start going really well at first and they come in and they see the clown painting and they're like, I have to go. Oh, my friend just called me an Uber. I have to go. I do want to make a little kitchen area for him. I think we do some squeezing in here to make sure that we have our full kitchen going on. Oh, let me not forget a burglar alarm. And while I'm over here, let's do some other maybe like entryway stuff we need. We'll do the thermostat and a shoe rack. Now wait, don't they actually need to like be able to stand in front of the thermostat? Maybe we'll put that here. And then in this corner, I want to do a dining table. I hope that's all right with you. For some reason, the folding chairs feel right here. I like this horse ranch lamp. Can I size that down? I think he definitely feels like once he finds love, he will be fixed. It will fix him. And to make a kitchen where the only clutter we can fit is the paper towel rack right after we get the kitchen clutter kit. Oh, that's so tragic. And that's why we have the tragic clown. So that's going to be our main living area. We're going to move on to the bedroom. I thought about actually making this a 3x3, but I figure since he's a serial romantic, he might want a double bed. Except I'm realizing to have both sides be functional, I have to put it right there. I was kind of thinking I could put it there and then have room for something. I also totally forgot he likes the colors brown and yellow. I haven't added any yellow. He doesn't like the color black. Wait, let me change these. Wait, we'll make that yellow. Can I make this yellow? Oh, it's a very, very bright yellow. We actually could do yellow stove. There we go. We incorporated a bit more yellow here. Do we have a yellow swatch of another bed? Maybe we could go horse ranch, keep the farmhouse vibe. We do have this one. I don't think any side table will fit in here. Wait, maybe the cube from the refined living room kit? It is kind of weird that the feet point directly towards the bathroom door, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes. Now, we do have the dog bed outside. We did have room for it. I am just not sure if we have room for one inside because that is where I was going to put a dresser. I actually had the one tile horse ranch one in mind. I wish that the sim would like kind of walk around here. Maybe they could. Yellow seems so bright and happy for a gloomy sim. Is there any farmhouse tile? I guess we could do this one. What wall is supposed to match this? This one? I kind of just want to do something like this. And then this is the classic 3-tile bathroom. We do a toilet on one side, squeeze a sink on the other, and a wall shower in between, and that's functional. Your sim will use it. It saves a lot of space, especially in tiny homes. I actually wasn't sure at first if I was going to keep everything within the boundaries of a tiny home within 100 tiles, but given that the mini lots I've made I think are 20 by 11, we might just naturally end up with the tiny homes. I would like a rug in here potentially, and I thought about incorporating some green because he's jealous, but the laundry day rug could be perfect. Anyway, I'm more so incorporating the jealous trait into like the little storyline I have going in my head, and I think the jealousy is a big part also of like why he's a serial romantic, why he's never been able to quite get it right. I thought about adding a grill, but then I just realized we do have a grill at the little pool area. And then something I almost want to do for the backyard is draw the fence in, or maybe not that hedge fence, but kind of give him a fully fenced in yard area for the doggy. Maybe the dog has their own little obstacle course that they get to play with out here. I would love to do a little bit of terrain paint out here as well. I'm not too sure about landscaping in these walkways. We could put some smaller hedges, but it kind of feels repetitive with the other hedges right there. Maybe out here we'll just do like some plants, some grass. Oh, and we could do the sunrose bush. Ooh, and what kind of car does he drive? Because I do have these parking spots. I think he drives a truck. Now, the thing about these debug cars is they're all too big for the parking spot that I made. So I'll just size them down. Do they look too small for the Sims? They do. It does kind of look too small. How about that one? That one's okay. Anyway, this is going to be our tiny home for Jameson, the serial romantic, gloomy, jealous dog lover. So this next Sim, her name is Karina, and let's see what is her story. What are her traits? Ooh, she's a freelance botanist, so we need to leave a lot of room for gardening. She's a perfectionist, she's skeptical, and she's self-assured. I feel like these go together really well. And her likes and dislikes, she likes outdoorsy fashion. Okay, how perfect is that? She doesn't like island decor, and she doesn't like green and white. How is she not gonna like the color green when she's a freelance botanist? Wait a minute. I kind of see Karina having maybe a little cottage-like house. I'm going to use these little spheres to adjust the curve of the roof, and actually if you hit Shift-C, it'll give you a lot more control over this. I think keeping it one story is kind of like the cute factor I'm going for. I'm also thinking she has like a whole greenhouse area in the back. The storyline that I'm thinking with Karina is that like she's the wholesome like gardening lady of the neighborhood, always offering up any extra produce she grows. But since she's skeptical, I also think maybe every once in a while she comes around with a little theory that might not make a lot of sense. She's always thinking things aren't what it seems, telling you to watch out for this and that, and she's self-assured. So she's always just like, no, I'm obviously right. And as for an explanation for why every house on this street is going to look wildly different from the others, I don't know. They were all model homes for different types of tiny home communities. You know, a cottage one, a horse ranch one, whatever else we get. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. For some reason, I'm throwing in some landscaping before we do the rest of the house. I think instead of a chair out here, she's probably just using this as room for more plants. And hopefully space-wise, this one can make a little bit more sense because we don't need to do a double bed. I'm thinking like Karina's always trying to help Jameson with his love life and always telling him just like some wild theories. And she's definitely giving him maybe some herbal remedies from her garden to help him manifest his one true love. I think I want to do another just like 4-tile kitchen, except we can't fit the 4 counters all the way across without them running into the door. Oh, I don't want to do a mini fridge. A mini fridge doesn't feel right. She's growing a lot of produce. Maybe she's raw vegan with all her produce and she doesn't use a stove. She's just making garden salads left and right. Would love to do a little bit of clutter on top of the fridge and some open shelving because once again, I didn't give us room to clutter up a counter. Oh, this is perfect. This can be some of the produce from her garden. I'm trying to think, what colors does she like if she doesn't like green and white? I'm like, maybe she likes red. I gave her a red kitchen. She is just an adult, but I feel like she's kind of embraced this grandmotherly position in the tiny living community. I feel like this could be her vibe. vibe. Maybe she really likes red. Maybe she read, no pun intended, one of her conspiracy theories that said red is the best color to have in your living spaces. Oh wait, it looks like the little mushroom guy is holding one of these flowers. Should we do a little table? I think I like what I've done on the walls because the blue undertones kind of match the blues in this couch. You know she has plants everywhere, so we're leaving some room for that. The growing together rug is kind of fun, but I don't think we should do it with the wallpaper as well. I do think we'll do this red one in the bedroom. Maybe we could carry in a little bit of the brick, the stone from the outside. Ooh, wait, that makes it way more cottage-y, I feel like. Come on, Seasons Curtains, do you have a swatch that could work here? I mean, we could do the gray, but I don't really want to, and those ones work really well, but she doesn't like white. But what if I override that? There's also bronzy gold in there too. Okay, I think I like this as the main dining, kitchen, living area. Let's go into the bedroom. Cottage living did not come with a single bed, so we're a little bit on our own. I kind of like the Realm of Magic one. The dark wood feels very appropriate here. She for sure has plants everywhere, as we discussed. I think for wall decor, the new prints from the kitchen clutter kit could be perfect. Like the fruits and veggies, they're so happy. Do we have like big plants we could get in here? The people that visit her house are like, you know you have a giant greenhouse, right? And she's like, I know, but it's never enough. Some Strangerville unorganized documents for her various, I feel like conspiracy theory is a strong way to describe the kind of theories she's skeptical about, but who knows? Is a laundry day rug going to come in and work for us again here? I think so. You know, I do like this as her bedroom. This is a 4-tile bathroom. As you probably can guess, it allows a little bit more space than a 3-tile bathroom, but I think we're still going to use a wall shower. I actually don't want wood on the floor here. I think tile would be a better choice. I kind of like the way that this Riviera Retreat tile looks with the red in the For Rent sink. And with the nightlight, I think that will do it for the bathroom and the general inside area of the house. There's also a few items from Eco as well as Cottage Living I want to make sure I get out here. I actually was thinking maybe we just get one big table for any dining that may go on, but the true star of the area back here is the garden. Maybe I want the mounded garden patch. I think we'll carry these pretty far up, and we could fit Patchy in. Maybe if we move these guys over, Patchy could just squeeze in right back here. I'd really like the bee box as well, so I'm gonna slide one right in there. I think she also feels like her work is never done. She can always be planting more, so we have a few random garden pots about. We'll get some seeds on here, add to her little collection. I did just do a greenhouse inspired room in my last video, I think. I'll try to, you know, maybe keep it somewhat interesting. I was thinking we could put a couple of these 3-course meal planters in addition to some more garden pots, just because I love how those look like lettuces, other leafy greens. And I think Karina, as a raw vegan, is a salad enjoyer. I like that a lot for the greenhouse. I was wondering if we could have a rug, but not in the way that you think. We have this new sand, sawdust, and more. I thought maybe we'd have a dirt swatch of that could be kind of fun, but alas, we do not. We do have some muddy paw prints. Wait a minute. Maybe the dog got out and ran over to the garden at some point. I don't know what to do with the rest of the actual porch area. I mean, we have our sitting area. Should we get mushroom stool out here just for fun? I definitely want some more exterior detail, so I might go in with the like vining from Cottage Living. That could be really pretty. Gorgeous in the evening, but how is it at night? It's pretty dark. We could try to fit a couple lights in between the windows. That's a lot better. Okay, so I think that is our tiny home for Karina, the freelance botanist, perfectionist, who is self-assured and maybe a little bit skeptical, doesn't like green and white. Oh, and we didn't think about what kind of car she drives. Cottage Living has these really, really cute ones that almost fit in this kind of parking spot, like literally right on the line. And of course her car is red. We determined she liked that color, even though it didn't give us any colors that she liked on the randomizer. So next we have Cleo, and she is going to be, she has the werewolf aspiration, materialistic, vegetarian, and child of the village. She likes luxe decor. That makes sense with materialistic and the color black. And she does not like Cosmolux decor. Build wise, that's all we have for her. Pet enthusiast. Okay, so at least between the vegetarian and likes pet enthusiast, it seems like she might get along with the other people that live in this community. So I was thinking, since she's child of the village, which came with For Rent and Tomarang, we could do something kind of inspired by that for our exterior. But I don't know how materialistic will fit into this, because I was like, oh, maybe we could do some werewolf stuff and have it be very like werewolves. But the werewolves items are kind of like run down and grungy. I don't don't really know if that fits with our materialistic sim. So with this one, I actually am going to do it as 2 stories, I think. And for spacing purposes, I am going to do a ladder, and then I'm going to do the bathroom downstairs. I did the big like bifold doors in the back. I just feel like that really opens up the space for a tiny home. I want to start in here. This is actually going to be the kitchen. You're going to walk right into the kitchen. I'd love to use these for rent counters. It's kind of strange. You walk right in and there's the fridge. Finally, we will have a cooktop. To make it so that your Sims can cook, we can only clutter this little end piece counter. I did think about doing more cabinets on this wall for the kitchen. And you know what? Maybe we actually do that. Now, you're not really walking into the fridge, but you are slamming the door into it. And with this extra counter space, I'm thinking about doing a pressure cooker. To be honest, there's actually not a lot of decor that's classified as luxe, so I'm just gonna try to throw in what I can. Maybe the hanging wicker lights? I don't know if those really work well in here, but we could put them in what will be the dining area. And while I have the filter on, I might grab this couch from Desert Luxe. I do not know what the correct layout is. The bifold door makes it kind of weird, but also if you close the bifold door, it's really just like a big long window, right? I think I'm gonna do the Modern Grimpressions love seat. Not to confuse us too much, but back over here to the kitchen. I wanna use the new kitchen clutter kit. If you have an appliance on a counter, your Sims can still use it if there's clutter on it. So clutter it will get. Now that does leave this counter as the only one that will be usable, so I'm not gonna put any clutter on that, but we might be able to get a wall decoration, like the hanging produce, because she is a vegetarian. I bet Karina is trying to convince her to go raw vegan. And then I wanna add the for rent wall shelf. I think that could take up the wall nicely. Wait a minute. The Riviera Retreat wall tiles look so kind of really good because they have that like bronzy gold at the top. We need to do a welcome mat. We might actually do it outside though. Hello? What is this? Do you see it too? What is this? It's growing something. Wait, it's not even connected. What did I do? Oh, I'm so scared. Why is that like that? Panic save, panic save. Oh my God, it's still there in live mode. I'm going to manage worlds. Panic manage worlds, panic manage worlds. It's still there. No, I'm so scared. Okay, it's not something I can click. It's just there. So how do we incorporate it into the storyline? No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. How about we do the nice for rent dining table? And then do we have luxe dining chairs? We do have the Modern Grimpressions one. I like that because she is a child of the village, so I think she does want to keep little parts of her Tomarani culture. And now the question is, do we do the modern luxe wallpaper on the wall? I want to. I think it looks good with the life and death chairs and with the gold accents. And I also really like the modern luxe rug, and I just feel like it works really well here. I use the tool mod to size things up more precisely. The bracket keys size them up and down a set amount, but you can enter like decimals with the tool mod to size things up and down, and I really like doing that for rugs specifically. I find it so useful. We could do a picture like that. Is that enough? Oh, we could use some of my favorite wall lights on either side. I haven't forgotten about the werewolf stuff. I just think maybe that's like a secret side of her, and so it's not as prominent in the main living areas of her house. Let's maybe get the ceilings from Modern Luxe Kit. It's so much, but I feel like that is what Cleo wants. She's materialistic and she likes this luxe decor. Now we also have this marble tile that we could use for the bathroom, so I might go ahead and add that right now. Ooh, and the growing together sink and then the shower. Oh, I was gonna do the shower tub combo. I did not give us room for it. Could I do that? I think I could. It's gonna make it really weird up here, but if we can have the shower tub combo, I wanna do it. And I'm not sure if I wanna commit to any storyline where Jameson tries to romance anyone else in the community. Maybe he's just moved in, maybe he's just found himself here. I don't know. I would love to like let it play out without my interference though, and just see how the Sims interact with each other. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna be doing an unpaused stream on my Twitch at the end of this month, so maybe I'll include them in the household that we leave unpaused. People have mentioned before how they think it's kind of weird that sometimes I slide the bath mat under the bathtub. And I need you to note that I'm not doing that because I think that it's possible for the bath mat to slide under there. I'm doing it because visually to me, it just looks like it's a skinnier bath mat. I just pretend that the part of the bath mat that's under there, it just doesn't exist in my world. I think that's our bathroom, so let's go upstairs. I think we'll use the modern luxe bed. How expensive is that? In the grand scheme of all double beds in The Sims, it's not that expensive, but I am going to use it. It's been a while since I've used modern luxe, but let's get the dresser right here. I guess it's been a while since I've used a lot of the furniture. I've used the mirror a lot. I'm really happy that modern luxe has black swatches with the gold accents because that is what the For Rent windows have. So it ended up going together really nicely. I don't know if I can fit a desk up here. So since we have a 4-seater dining table, I might put a laptop on that one as well. But I'm actually going to do the most expensive one just because materialistic, you know how it is. What if we could get the shelf from modern luxe and fit that up here? Oh, and we can have the record player up here too. I have been avoiding figuring out what to do with the walls up here. We could do Realm of Magic, but I don't think that goes. Oh, wait, I like all black if we do the book nook paneling. I know I didn't do any wall art yet. I wanted to see if there's a way we could take like one of the werewolves decals and kind of like cover it up with something fancier, but it's like we also didn't really like fully succeed to cover it up. That's what she wants to be because she's like materialistic and likes luxe stuff. She's like, that's gonna be me. No, let me cover it up. Why did that work the first time, but not this time? We could also just like cover it up with a nice looking werewolves one. It doesn't even have to be something that's not werewolves. Ideally, I wanted something like really big like this. Wait, maybe she does have it, but she used the fancy headboard to cover it up. Oh, I just really like astrology. I love the stars and the moon. That's why I have that there for sure. Since she is a child of the village, she's gonna be sad if she doesn't do Pomerang activities for a while. I was thinking we could do the spirit house out here. Maybe a lounge chair, outdoor dining table. Maybe she has everybody in the community over every once in a while. I can't not add a couple garden pots in any Sims build that I do, so we'll do some of those. And then I'm just gonna grab a little bit of landscaping here, and this is going to be Cleo's tiny home, the vegetarian, materialistic child of the village who wants to be a werewolf. And with her being materialistic, I think I'm gonna give her the luxury little sports car. Moving on to our last Sim, this is Carly, and she is going to be perfectly pristine, a bookworm, active and evil. Not evil. I think we actually go like minimalism for this one because perfectly pristine, I don't see her wanting a lot of clutter, no open shelving, collecting dust. She doesn't like boho, farmhouse, or French country, and she likes green and she likes orange. I am thinking of building her a very modern-ish home because I think that will kind of make it easy to not drift into boho or French country or farmhouse. This dark green paneling could work really nicely on the outside with some big floor-to-ceiling windows. For how to lay this out, I think we could do a kitchen right here, and we're not cluttering it. Remember, we are not cluttering it, and no open shelving because that collects dust so easily. The only clutter I think we're allowed to get is the paper towels because obviously you may actually use those for cleaning. These tiles actually have some orange in them as well as some green. We do like that orangey wood floor from Eco for the rest of this. Oh, wow. It kind of works though. I feel like sometimes maybe, you know, like in movies where like the evil supervillain will live in like a super modern, ridiculously glass windows everywhere mansion. Maybe that's kind of the vibe, except it's a tiny home. Does this rug lean to boho? I'm wondering. And do I want to do an orange couch? Do we have a green that we, ooh, I do like that green, but it kind of feels boho. What about a couch like this? Again, the pillows kind of make it feel a little boho, but it might work. And I really am about to make Fluffy Rug make an appearance in 3 of 4 homes, but it's not boho, it's not French country, and it's not farmhouse, so it's allowed to be in here. I feel like we kind of need a weird shaped rug for this area. I think they'll allow one plant because they like green. Let's not forget that they're a bookworm. Book lover almost feels at odds with the pristine, wanting no clutter because I just feel like, don't you want books everywhere? We'll do useful clutter. We'll do the tissue box and a jar of nothing to really hammer home that they want a clutter-free space. They're like, oh, you thought that was clutter? You thought there was gonna be something in there? Think again. And since the perfectly pristine aspiration comes comes with Bust the Dust and is specifically about busting dust. I'm gonna get them at least one vacuum. Hand vacuum at the ready over here too. No curtains, at least in the main living area. All curtains do is gather dust, especially in The Sims, because your Sims can't open and close the curtains and actually get use out of them. And they do get a welcome mat because they don't want people tracking that mud into their home. What do we do on the wall? White or black? Because black would hide like dirt and scuffs and everything. Now for the bathroom, I think this should be pretty simple. What if we do the stuff from the sleek bathroom kit for the bathroom because it's so sleek, it's so pristine. And we could do like the coppery swatches of all the sleek bathroom stuff to be the orange, but we have the green tiles. It makes sense. I might have mentioned this before, but I don't know if any of you noticed that none of the clutter that came with the sleek bathroom kit actually is tagged as like miscellaneous bathroom clutter or whatever it needs to be tagged as. How interesting. The Sims 4 is just so silly. What else do we do here if not clutter? We could do a robe. Let's do a robe. Very nice and purposely not cluttered. Wait, but the sink has open shelving, so dust may build up. Oh no. I think that's okay. It's better than having it in the kitchen and the dust buildup is like on the plates, you know? And now for the bedroom, I was thinking we could use the eco lifestyle bed because it has the orangey wood and the green bedspread. Maybe we do a dresser like here. I would love to fit any kind of bookshelf right there. Oh, like this one. This one could work. In their room, they have a fake plant because the real dirt would get everywhere if they had a real one. I think on the side tables, again, we'll do like a couple practical things, some lamps, a book, and maybe some more reading material over here. Because while Carly does hate clutter, she does love books. And any book lover does in fact need a little seat to cozy up and read. That one's nice. Ooh, and maybe we go with this peachy color on the wall. That could be very nice. I think they have a vacuum in the bedroom too. Perfectly pristine. Oh wait, should they also have a robot one? Because it's orange and it has a little pancake. It's so cute. Okay, coming out here to the patio. I've been filming for so long, I don't even remember what I put in the other houses. We could do a table like this and maybe also the wind chimes. And now they are active. I thought about giving them a little like outdoor gym area. How would we feel about that? Maybe we'll get her a mountain bike and a treadmill. I really like the orange swatches of these Love Struck machines, so I'm gonna pop those there. I don't really think there's much else that Carly would have. I want to add a garden pot, but I do not feel like that's Carly's truth. I really think maybe we just need some like lighting for practicality and maybe a chair out here. And then I had this extra area up here and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it. I've got us a few trees and I'm thinking we could just do kind of like a nice little walking path. My terrain paint is horrendous. I put the bike there for Carly instead of giving her an actual vehicle. I kind of want to add a bird bath or something. I think it would be really cute to like sit and watch the birds. And so let's get into our final tour of the lot. I hope you enjoyed this. Every tiny home is a different randomized sim. A lot of you had suggested like different versions of this challenge, whether it would be every room, every house, every lot, whatever. So I'm really glad I got to do this challenge for you today. If you did make it this far in the video, go ahead and comment a bird emoji in honor of our cute little bird watching walking path thingy and let me know which house was your favorite. I will be uploading the lot and the Sims to the gallery, of course. Let me know what storylines you're cooking up with them. And if you did enjoy the video, please do be sure to give it a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We do a lot of fun Sims build challenges on here, and if you liked this one, YouTube thinks you will like whatever one it's showing you on the screen right now, so go check it out, see if YouTube was right. I live stream every weekend on Twitch and I would love to chat with you over there, so please do join us sometime. The link is down below and the link to our Discord is down below as well. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye!